So what's up everyone, my name is Ben and today I'll be doing a full comparison between the HTC One M9 2015 edition pretty much and the Nexus 5 by LG and Google. Now the Nexus 5 isn't up for sale anymore, but I'm sure you could find a used one. Um, First off, let me just say that I know that the Nexus 5 is like 2 years old already, something crazy. But to be honest, it's still one of my favorite phones because of its performance and the price. Let me just say that the HTC One M9 goes for around $800 if you're in America, uh, and in my country it's even more expensive, around $1,000. And the Nexus 5, I'm pretty sure you can get this one for around $100 new because it's discontinued and doesn't sell anymore. But I'm pretty sure you can find it still on like Craigslist and stuff like that, and sites like that. So yeah, let me just say that I'll be using this little, I don't know, a little paper on the Evernote notebook, just because there's so much information that I want to cover in this comparison. And also let me just tell you that this comparison won't be like short. So I know how long it will be, probably around 10 to 20 minutes, but I'll try to cover as much stuff as possible in a short amount of time. So yeah, stick around for the video because it will be a fun video to make. And yeah, let's just jump in. So let me just cover some of the specs of these devices first, because I won't be talking about specs in this video, but rather the performance and the pretty much usability of the devices, because that's what you do with them. You don't just read the specs of them. So the HTC One M9 was released in March 2015. It has a 5-inch diagonally 1080p display, a quad-core 2 GHz CPU, which is Snapdragon 8810, and it has this octa-core technology, octa-core. Not sure. It has 8 cores, and it's a beast, I must say. It also has 3 GB of RAM, a 20 megapixel camera, which is an upgrade from the 4 megapixel that it had, and the amazing boom sound speakers, which I really like. So yeah, it is running Android 5.1, which is the latest version of Android. And yeah, while on this side we have the Google Nexus 5. It was released in November 2013, 4.95-inch diagonal display, 1080p. It is a quad-core 2.3 GHz Snapdragon 800 CPU, 2 gigs of RAM, 8 megapixel camera, and the latest version of Android with no skins on it. Now, I'm not running Android M just yet because that's not a full version, but I'm running Android L. Let me just check what version I'm running. Pretty sure it's Android 5.1.1. Yeah, 5.1.1. So yeah, let's just start with this video. And the first thing that I'll actually talk about is the specs. Oh shit, I already talked about that. Fail. Okay, so the first thing that I'll talk about is the body, size and design of these phones. I'm rocking a case on the Nexus 5 just because I want to. The camera sticks out of the phone, so I don't want to scratch it up and all that. But as you can see, the HTC One M9, this is an amazing design. Probably my favorite design. Shame that it is curved because it's really slippery, but it is an incredible phone. The design is absolutely incredible. It is made out of aluminum, while the Nexus 5 is made out of plastic. So yeah, you already know the difference. Actually, let me just compare the two side by side. Note that the Nexus 5 is a bit bulkier because it has a case on it. So yeah, pretty much. As you can see, the M9 is a win here. It's a an incredible phone, great design. So yeah, we covered that pretty much. Now let's talk about the display, colors and brightness. As you can see, I have this one and this one on pretty much the same level brightness. This one is on auto level, so this is the lowest level. You can't see them pretty much. Well, you can see the Nexus, so I mean that it has the brighter display. And if I just max it out, let me just know which display is brighter. And I'm pretty sure the Nexus 5 display is brighter, which means that you'll probably be able to use it better in sunlight, I guess. But yeah, the colors are pretty similar on both phones. They're a bit more vibrant on the HTC One M9. I don't know why, but probably because it's an over display or they have some amazing technology in there. But yeah, they're a bit brighter. This phone is also, the display is just a tiny bit bigger. But yeah, that's pretty much the only difference. The blacks are pretty good on both phones. The colors are also, but again, they're a bit more vibrant on the M9. And yeah, let me now talk about the software, the skins and the performance pretty much. So as I said, the M9 is running Android 5.1 with the Zen 7 skin on top of it, and the Nexus 5 is running Android 5.1.1 with no skin, which is why I still love my Nexus. It runs amazingly. Whoa, is that even a word? It runs great, no lag at all. And yeah, now I'm not too sure on this one. The M9 doesn't lag because it's a new device, but I really want to make an update video in about 2 years when this phone is 2 years old, just to see how it will run with the skin on top of it. Because sure, the skin has all these amazing features, like you can double tap to lock your device and swipe up to unlock, but these features really slow the device down. Sure, they're cool and all, but like, I don't know, 80% of people don't even know about those features and don't use them, which is kind of pointless that they're putting them into the device. But I mean, they are quite cool, I guess. But I still recommend the stock Android just because of the speed. I mean, look at this. This is just insane. This device is 2 years old. You have to keep that in mind. And yeah, that's pretty much my comparison of the skins, I guess. Not really too much to compare, but just my opinion, I guess. So up next we have the CPU and GPU. Now I'll be doing the benchmark. I already did the benchmark test, and I'll just compare the scores. But yeah, this phone is running the 2.3 GHz Snapdragon 800, while this one is running a 2 GHz octa-core something technology. Not too big on specs. Snapdragon 810, 2 gigs of RAM, 3 gigs of RAM. I'll probably get a Note 5, the S6 Edge Plus. I'm pretty sure that also has 4 gigs of RAM, and just try to compare it, just to see if the RAM size difference makes like any big change. But I'm not too sure, so we'll have to see about that. But yeah, the CPU and the GPU really matter when you're gaming, when you're playing a lot of intense games. For day-to-day usage, for like Facebook, Snapchat and all that, it doesn't really matter too much. And now let's just talk about the storage. The Nexus 5, when it came out, this is a 16GB model. I really like that it doesn't take up too much, that the OS doesn't take up too much space. It only takes around, I don't know, I'm not too sure, let me just check over here. 4 gigabytes, let's just say 4 gigabytes with the apps and all that. And that still means that I have 12 gigabytes of storage left, which is awesome for all my music. But with these devices, 16 gigabytes is just not enough because the OS takes up way too much space. because of the skin, the features and all that, so way too much space. So yeah, the Nexus 5 was available in 16GB and 32GB option, I'm pretty sure, and the M9 is only available in 30GB. But one thing that I love about the M9, unfortunately, it still doesn't have the removable battery, but that's because of the amazing design that it has. This phone has the micro SD card slot, and I'm pretty sure it supports up to 1 TB, at least that's what's said in the box, but I'm pretty sure it supports only up to 128GB. And that's pretty much amazing because you can just throw a card in and don't worry about your storage, so you can just opt for the I mean, there's only a 32GB option, but you don't have to worry about your storage. So up next, what do we have? The camera. Now I already did the in-depth test of the camera on the M9, and I'll be doing a full comparison just between the two phones of the camera. But let me just say that this phone has a 1.3 megapixel front camera and the M9 has a 4 megapixel front camera, I'm pretty sure. The back camera on the Nexus is 8 megapixels, and while it's not the best, it still does the job pretty well for a phone that I only paid like $200 for, or even less. And the M9 has a 20 megapixel camera on the back, which takes some incredible photos. It also has this dual flash thingy. As you can see here, dual flash, one for daytime and one for nighttime, which I really like. And yeah, I'll be doing a full camera test, so you guys don't have to worry about that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the camera. Up next we have the sound. Now, well, let's just do a sound test, I guess. Let me just set up a same song on both devices. But I mean, you guys will know the results already, because the HTC One M9 has this incredible boom sound speakers. Sorry, I just searching for the music, no copyright sounds. We'll just pull that up so we don't have trouble with copyright. Okay, so here on this phone, now on the other one. The struggle of having too many phones, right? No copyright sounds. Okay, now I can just set it up. Pretty much this song. Let me just put up on max volume. Boom. And over here. Oh, just remembered something. One thing that bugs me, like, I'm crazy about this thing. The placement of the volume rockers and of the lock screen or the sleep wake button. Why are they all on the same side? Why couldn't you just put the volume rockers on one side and the power button on one side? That would be much easier. Plus, when I'm holding the device, I keep locking it, I keep changing the volume, so it's just really annoying. This bugs me like quite a bit, but yeah, I guess if they had to do it, they had to do it. Okay, so let's just start with the Nexus speakers. This won't be that good, so I'll just play like 15 seconds of it. Shame that they had to pause the song, but holy, the sound on the HTC One M9 is incredible. That's all I'm gonna say. The quality, the how loud it gets, all that is just incredible. The bass that it has, it's amazing. And if the Nexus 5 had that, the Nexus 5 would still be my favorite phone. Okay, so that's it for the sound test. Let me just continue to my spreadsheet. Yeah, the features. I was talking about that earlier. Pretty much M9 gets all the features. The Nexus 5 just get the basics, the ones that the M9 already has. So yeah. The battery life. The battery is a bit better on the M9. I can get around 2 days if I'm careful how I use it, but on the Nexus 5 I just have to charge it at the end of the day. Also, Nexus 5 users, the recent update has been really killing my battery for some reason, so don't update to 5.1.1. And finally, just for the colors, the M9 is available in gunmetal gray, amber gold, silver, and rose gold, gold and pink, while the Nexus 5 is available in black, white, and the red color. You can pretty much indicate it from the front that this model is black. Okay, so that's pretty much it for my in-depth comparison. I think we're around 18 minutes, not too sure about that. But yeah guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed this in-depth video. It was a bit longer, but if you didn't, definitely make sure to show this video some support and share it with your friends. Like and comment down below with your thoughts about this video, and if you like that it was a bit longer. And subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video.